What is up, everybody? It's your boy DFS Up North here with another DFS Army 4 Thoughts PGA podcast. This week we are looking at the Travelers Championship. We got your course breakdown. We got the weather trends. We've got what former winners have done well here. We got a big shout out to my boy Johns with a 100K win yesterday. DFS Army sub 100K, 6 figures, baby. All that. And at the very end, we're going to go over my 4 core plays for the week. You ain't going to want to miss this, baby. Let's go. As I said, what is up, everybody? How are you on this beautiful Monday? It's a million degrees here in Minnesota. I don't know how you people in the South do it. I am dying. I am hiding in my basement. You can see I'm like sweating already. Still, it's humid. It's hot. I hate it. I will take the 40 below any day of the week over this. What a U.S. Open. My boy, Matty Fitz. Let's go. Rest of the core last week? Not great, but my boy Matty Fitz clutching up. I chills, goosebumps yesterday watching him hit that just absolutely clutch shot out of the bunker. 17 of 18 greens and regulations. Really, he won, and he didn't even putt that well yesterday, which is kind of surprising. But super stoked for my guy Matty Fitz. If you've been following along on this 4 Thoughts podcast or a DFS Army sub, the guy's been a mainstay in our core for the last couple of months, because he's just continued to trend in the right direction. And here's the deal. We're going to continue to hammer Matt Fitz. All right. What happens in DFS sometimes is that people end up going, oh, he won. He blew his load, whatever. They quit playing guys that win. No, sir. No, sir. We are going right back. I don't know when we'll see him again. It's probably going to be the Open Championship. In a couple of weeks here in July, we are going right back to Matty Fitz at the Open Championship at St. Andrews, which I think is a really, really good course fit for him. But enough about that. Outstanding U.S. Open. Again, we had some big winners. We're going to talk about that in a second, but we are ready for the Travelers Championship. Let's go, people. We got the Travelers this week. Cromwell, Connecticut, the People's Open. I really like this event. TPC River Highlands. A little foreshadowing here with Patty Cantlane on the front. It's a fun tournament. As we saw last year, Harris English got it done, won the Travelers Championship on the 8th playoff hole. We saw Bubba Watson completely collapse, going 6 over on his last 5 holes, fell apart, and we saw Harris English and Kramer Hickok just go blow for blow, long putt after long putt at TPC River Highlands here for the Travelers Championship. And Harris English came out on top and really continued his run of really good play in it, and he kept it going all through the summer, and arguably should have been a pick for the Ryder Cup. So that was last year. We're going to talk about some of the winners here in a little bit, how they've done here, what they've done well, because it's interesting this week. There's not quite some weeks we see guys with 100, leading the field in strokes gained tee to green. That's a pretty common thing that we see when guys win, but the trend here is not necessarily that. So we'll get to that. But before we do, big shout out to my boy Johnson, J12. I can't effing believe it. Thank you, DFS Up North, for the picks. He played Colin Morikawa on his own. I will say that right now. That was an unreal play by him. Helped me out for sure. I think I'm getting myself a well-earned brand new car. 100K. 100K. Are you kidding me? Crushed it. 100K. Life-changing money. This is his second win. If I'm not mistaken, this is, I think, the second time we featured him here. He had a five-figure win during the Masters. Same sort of thing. So big shout out to my boy Johnson. Here's what we're going to do. So as always, we appreciate the likes, the comments, the subscribes, whatever. If this video gets to 1,000 views this week, 1,000, okay, we get 1,000 views. I'm going to take somebody that all you got to do is like it. Like the video. Anybody that likes it, I'm going to run it through the randomizer next week. We'll pop it out. I'll send somebody $20, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, however you want. All right. So give a like, congratulate Johns. right? Big win. Super excited for him. Again, life-changing money. So he's going to buy a new car. He's probably going to have to use all that money on gas, but hey, what do you do? So give me a like on this video. If you like this video, like I said, I'll choose one comment. I'll send you $20. Let's get our boy some love here, my boy, John. So this week, like I said, the People's Open, TPC River Highlands, Pete Dye design, Bobby Weed renovated it in 1989. Not a real big renovation, basically just cleared some tee boxes out in the back. They were able to use some more land that they purchased and make this course more apt for the professional game, right? As you can see, this is one of the shortest courses that we play on tour every year. 6,852 yards. It's a par 70. Super small greens, a little bit bigger than what we actually saw last week at the U.S. Open. Lots of sand. Water is in play. We will see some water balls this week. Water is definitely in play on this course. Bent and Poa, the greens, Bent and Poa fairways, bluegrass, fescue, rough. So again, really similar to last week. We were in the Northeast. We we're just going up the road a little bit or down. Oh, Matt, my geography is bad. Down the road a little bit, down to Hartford. They say the Kentucky bluegrass fescue is going to be 4 inches plus in the rough. All right, there'll be a semi cut, like a first cut, and then the second cut. But they also said from the golf course superintendent's guide that they've had a rough spring and the rough is finally starting to get in. So I'm curious to see. Somebody's going to post a video, right? Somebody's going to post a video, show what it looks like this week. But there is definitely a premium placed on finding fairways here, right? You can see kind of the bunkering here, some big fairway bunkers. How many did I say on the last one here? 69 sand bunkers, so tight fairways, European parkland. That's what I feel like when I see these courses. Average cut line -1, but the average winning score was -16. All right, over the last 5 years. Again, intimidating Pete Dye tee shots. The small greens got to be able to scramble, and you really have to be able to putt. As we kind of look at the guys who have done well here in the past, they've all putted either most of the time above their baseline. You run into a hot putter here, you're going to be in good shape, even if the rest of your game is kind of not so great. 27% of shots come from this 150 to 175 yard range. That's about 9% more than average. So targeting guys who are good sort of mid-iron, like pitching wedge 9-iron, 8-iron players. And the reason that we see all these shots is because 8 of these holes are 400 to 450 yards, are par 4s. So we get kind of the same sort of hole type here over and over and over again. We look at what the former winners have done here, right? So Harris English was -13. He won an 8-hole playoff over Kramer Hickok. Didn't lead a category anywhere. The only thing that he really was towards the top and was scrambling. He got up and down whenever he had to. That doesn't even include the playoff where he had to get up and down a couple of times. So his iron play was a little bit off, but he was able to scramble and putt above his baseline and kind of crush. Dustin Johnson putted way over his baseline. Really, we talk about Dustin Johnson's win here as like Bombers can do well here. He didn't really gain much off the tee that year. So really putted well. His approach game was on fire. You might remember that he won there after going. This was 2020, so it was COVID year. I believe he played the 3M and went like 80, 78, missed the cut, and then came out and just dominated start to finish at TPC River Highlands here. But a vast difference in guys' games from the next winner here. Ches Reavie led the field in strokes gained approach that week, -17, very, very short off the tee. Putted well, scrambled well, but then Bubba Watson, right now there's that off the tee. He was unbelievable off the tee here in 2018 when he won his third win. He really should have won last year. Had a big lead and just shot, well, not a big lead. He was up by 1 stroke, but went 6 over in the last 5 holes and missed his 4th win at this event. So there's a lot of different ways to get it done here. There's no like last week it was okay. You got to find fairways. You got to be a ball striker. And if you putt a little bit, you're going to be in good shape. And you look at the leaderboard, essentially that was what it was. We look at Denny McCarthy as a guy who's an elite putter, but his iron play was really, really good last week. So at the top of the board there, that's really who we saw, right? Was guys just kind of, crushing an approach. We saw Fitz hit 17 of 18. Scheffler was unreal approach all week. John Rahm was until Sunday when he really, really struggled. So there's not that sort of, hey, this is how it's going to be here. There's a bunch of ways to get it done. And for me, the guys that I want to target are basically just guys that are coming in playing well, that have that iron play ability. But I am not targeting guys who can't putt here. That's just plain and simple what I'm going to do. I am not going to target bad putters. Even though Bubba has won here 3 times, I just really think that short game around the green is where you're going to have some success. And I said I'm not going to target bad putters, and I have Aaron Wise pictured right here. But you can overcome it with a little bit of iron play as well. And he's just playing so good. So here are my 4 core plays for the week. I have a 5th core play, but I am saving that for my DFS Army VIPs. All right, there's another guy that I like, priced cheap, that's going to make a lot of lineups work this week. And I like I said, I can't give everything away here. I can't give everything away for free. But we're going to start off with a guy who's really, really played well here over the years. That's Patrick Cantlay, 4 straight top 15s. Had an outstanding Sunday at the U.S. Open where he climbed up the leaderboard. Really, outside of a kind of a poor first round, he worked his way up the board all week. Got himself top 15 finish in a major. His short game has improved tremendously. And I think at 10-2 with Rory and JT and Scheffler and all these guys up at the top, we're going to see Cantlay come in a little bit under-owned here. Another guy that I'm really, really high on is Aaron Wise, 88 on DK, 10-4 on FanDuel. I love the price on both sites. I going through and looking at my stats before this and kind of looking at course history and seeing what guys have done and who's a good fit here and things like that. I thought, man, Wise played outstanding at Brookline. I think it's a similar type of course. He's going to be like 9,600 in this field. Even though it is a strong field, he's played really, really well. I was pleasantly surprised to see that price on DraftKings and as well on FanDuel. I think that he's a good course fit. We talk about being a good putter. He is not that, but it is improved to the point where I think that we can play him. So I'm pretty high on Wise, especially at that price. Next core play is TPC Lee, Kyung-Hung Lee. The sexiest man alive, or that's what his goal is according to himself. He just crushes TPC courses, crushes Pete Dye courses. And I thought he played outstanding for his skill set at Brookline. Made some putts. He was good tee to green. Oopsies. Those are my US Open punt plays. Let me go back here. And last year was in contention. You're going to look at the stats from last year and go, man, KH Lee was 60, whatever. Shot 80 on Sunday. Was near the lead, in the top 5, top 10, and shot 80 on Sunday. Things fell apart for him. He is not that type of golfer anymore. He is really trending in the right direction here. And at 7,600 on DraftKings, 93 on FanDuel, which I think is an outstanding price. Love TPC Lee this week. While everybody else goes back, maybe goes back and plays Sungjae. I don't mind it. I think that he's a good course fit here too. But I will take cheap Sungjae, who's actually won more than Sungjae on the PGA Tour. Knock on wood. But KH Lee at 7,600 is an outstanding play. And then Mackenzie Hughes. His game is continuing to trend in the right direction. Putter can always get so hot. I like him a little bit better on these bigger greens where he can drop some bombs, but his iron play has been improved, which is huge. The price is just too cheap this week for me. He's going to be fairly low owned. And I think that the scoring upside in an event like this with a guy like Mackenzie Hughes is really exciting for me. So I really like him. So those are my 4 core plays for me this week. Leave me a comment. Let me know, who do you think is, who's your core play this week, or who's your favorite play this week? I will say that my favorite play is probably these 4 guys, just in terms of value and upside. And I really like Mackenzie Hughes this week. I'm pretty high on him at a course like this. I think this is a place that he can contend. And I really like the way that his game is trending. So tell me who you got. Who do you think? And remember, hit that like button. The more likes we get, the more comments we get, that's the more views, and that gets you to that 1,000 viewpoint. We get to 1,000. Somebody who likes this video, I'll get a hold of you and send you $20. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. So now let's take a look at the weather. And I got nothing here because the weather this week looks pretty good. All right. I really don't have any concerns about the weather right now. At this point, it doesn't look, I have concerns about my own weather. Like I said, it's 100 degrees here. This is northern Minnesota. We can't be doing that. That is for the birds. You guys who live in the south where it's humid and hot, like I don't know how you do it. I'll take that 34 below, 60 below wind chill any day of the week over this junk. So the weather this week looks good. I don't see a big advantage. Be on the lookout. We'll have more content out this week, right? Big shout out to my boy Johns. Again, I'll have my cheat sheets up. Today is Monday. I'm filming this Monday night. We'll have that stuff out on Tuesday. Tuesday night at the latest for my 4-day cheat sheets. Showdown tiers probably be up on Wednesday. And we're back at it. That's the great thing. The beauty about golf, right? The beauty about golf is that we don't take any weeks off. Every week of the year, we are rolling here at DFS Army. And oh my gosh, I didn't even say it. Like, I want the likes, I want the comments. But if you want to be a DFS Army VIP, you want to win $100,000 like Johns, code up north. That gets you 10% off VIP membership for life. All right, people. Cheers. Have a great week. I'm looking forward to seeing those likes. Let's get this thing to 1,000 views. Let's roll, baby. Peace.